Dear friends, welcome to our new video. If you are not subscribed the channel, please hit subscribe button and activate the bell button. In this video, we will discuss effective problem solving leads to solutions. Problems are an inevitable part of life. They've been with us since we were born, and they'll be with us until the end of time. However, you should not be alarmed by this. To be honest, realizing that problems affect everyone should be a welcome relief. Problems do not arise because one is a bad or a good individual. They can happen to anyone, good or bad. Problems can still meet us in the most unexpected places, despite our best judgments and careful planning. Problem, issues, and resolution. Having problems is a normal part of life for everyone. From the time we were born, they have been with us, and will be with us until the end of our days. But this isn't a cause for alarm. To be honest, realizing that problems affect everyone is a welcome relief. A person's character has nothing to do with whether they are having problems or not. Some problems still find us in the most unexpected circumstances, despite our best judgments and careful planning. In order to deal with your issues, consider the following suggestions. Find out what's causing the issue. Finding a solution to a problem begins with determining where the problem came from in the first place. The likelihood is that if you're stuck in the middle of the road, you've taken a wrong turn along the way. The reason for this is so you can go back and figure out where you went wrong. You'd know which way to go, which roads to avoid, and how to get there if you had this information. Don't worry about the petty details. The best way to deal with minor issues is to shrug them off. Breaking a nail or having a bad hair day isn't enough of an excuse to go into fits of hysteria. Yes, it's inconvenient, but move on. People will be astounded at how much of a difference a small shift in perspective can make in terms of resolving their issues. In fact, changing one's attitude can solve a great deal of problems. Instead of dwelling on the bad things in their lives and being so pessimistic, they should try to see the bright side of everything. If you are unhappy with your current situation, you should make an effort to improve your lot in life. Face your issues head on. When problems go unaddressed, they can grow. Problems must be dealt with first before solution can be found. As an illustration, pretending not to be ill when one knows oneself to be ill will not help a person resolve this issue. If he refuses to get the medical help he needs, the situation will only get worse. Ignoring problems can lead to even bigger ones, which is why it's dangerous. Self-destructive behaviors such as drinking, using drugs, or harming one's body may be a way for some people to cope with their problems. As a result, this adds to the problem. Instead of solving the problem, they create new ones. Seek assistance. Getting help from others is a great way to get things done quickly. Friends and family can help you out in this situation. They can not only physically assist you, but they can also serve as an emotional support system for you. Not only that, but they might be able to offer some suggestions that help you find a solution. It's not the end of the world if you have a few issues. It just means you'll have to put in some serious effort if you want to solve your problems. Through this process, you'll learn a great deal as well as solve your problems. This is a win-win situation. Change your eating habits to boost your intelligence quotient, the High IQ Diet book. When you walk around, do you have a heavy head? Is your IQ a little too low for you to be considered intelligent? It's possible you're not as alert or quick as you were in the morning, or you're forgetting words you use frequently. This does not have to be a hopeless situation. Certain foods can help boost your mental capacity, clear your mind, and speed up your thinking. Intelligence quotient, intelligence test, IQ quiz, IQ scores, and average intelligence quotient are all terms used to describe the same thing. Is your IQ a little too low for you to be considered intelligent? For example, you might not feel as alert or quick as you did in the beginning, or you might be forgetting words you use all of the time. This does not have to be a hopeless situation. Certain foods can help boost your mental capacity, clear your mind, and speed up your thinking. As a result, if you want to reach the highest level of intelligence, and your IQ test score, read the following information. You'll have more mental clarity and be able to perform better on IQ tests as a result of using this technique. The foods you eat have an impact on your memory, too. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish. It's a long-held belief that fish is good for the brain. As a result, I do not recommend consuming fish anymore due to its high mercury and other harmful substance content. Instead, I advise taking fish oil supplements or eating fish. A protective layer of docosahexaenoic acid containing fats protects the brain and is beneficial to the brain. Arachidonic acid or docosahexaenoic acids comprise the majority of brain fat, which makes up the majority of our brains. Unprocessed dairy products like butter contain arachidonic acid, while fish contain the only source of docosahexaenoic acid, which can be found nowhere else in nature. Utilizing high-quality fish oil is critical. Look for a brand with an excellent track record. As a result of my studies and clinical work with patients, I've noticed the following patterns. Fish oil in a liquid form is superior to fish oil capsules in every way. Not every brand is created equal. Vegetables. Nothing will ever compare to the nutritional value of fresh vegetables. Alzheimer's disease has been linked to folic acid deficiency. Green vegetables are very rich with it. Vegetables also contain numerous other nutrients, antioxidants, and phytochemicals that benefit our mental health. Preparing vegetable juice on a regular basis is the most convenient way to ensure you're getting enough vegetables into your diet. However, the type of metabolism you have plays a significant role in determining how much food you should be taking in. If you're a protein metabolizing type, for example, you don't have to eat vegetables. Only consume half of the usual serving size. That is, if you're an adult who needs protein, you can get by on half a pound of vegetables per day. If you're a protein-loving dude, include beans and other low-potassium vegetables in your diet. Potassium-rich foods like lettuce and collard greens in the standard American diet can contribute to a biochemical imbalance. There is no need to consume large amounts of vegetable juice if you are of the metabolic type. More vegetables, such as collard greens, kale, Swiss chard, and other leafy greens, will benefit someone with a carbohydrate metabolic type. These are strongly discouraged when it comes to protein types. Even though I recommend organic food if you want the most nutritional value, don't stop eating vegetables because you can't afford it. Organic or not, eating vegetables in any form is preferable to not having them in your diet at all. Eggs that have been left uncooked. A raw whole egg is your best bet for a nutrient-dense meal. It's also very reasonably priced for everyone to take advantage of. It's especially beneficial for people who are low on protein. Although eating raw eggs may be difficult at first, the benefits to your health far outweigh the inconvenience. You'll get different results with boiled or cooked eggs, so go for less cooking and get more nutrition. Boost your IQ with this proven method. You'll notice a significant rise in your IQ if you do this one simple exercise each day. With this method, you'll become smarter and more creative in no time, thanks to a study of world-renowned geniuses. Imagine being 25% smarter than you are today within the span of just 6 months. And what if I told you that all it took was a single daily act on your part to bring about this transformation? In fact, there's compelling evidence that doing this simple exercise can boost your IQ significantly and turn you into a genius. So, what exactly is this supercharged your brain simple, easy, and fantastic genius exercise? Keep a journal or diary where you can record your thoughts and feelings on a regular basis. Keep a journal and jot down all of your thoughts at least once a day. If you stick with it for a full year, you will notice a significant increase in your intelligence. After studying 300 luminaries' daily routines, researcher Catherine Cox discovered that they were all chronic journal or diary keepers, including luminaries such as Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, and Thomas Jefferson. Only 1% of the world's population keeps a daily journal, according to a study. That same 1% of people were almost always top achievers, according to the research. And they also lived significantly longer than the general population. During his lifetime, Thomas Edison penned hundreds of personal journals containing a whopping 3 million pages of notes, letters, and personal thoughts. After being diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease 30 years ago, renowned cosmologist Stephen Hawking was given just 2 years to live. Stephen Hawking is reduced to a shriveled-up lump in an electronic wheelchair. He is unable to communicate in any way, be it through speech, writing, or even movement. Despite this, Hawking is still regarded as one of the world's greatest thinkers 32 years after contracting his disease. Since their second marriage several years ago, they have made significant contributions to cosmology and quantum relativity theory, and he shows no signs of slowing down. Hawking has used computers and other mechanical aids to constantly record new ideas and scientific theories, as well as his own inner reflections, despite his inability to keep a journal physically. Albert Einstein once went sailing with a young woman when he was a teen. It was a disaster of a date. When the young woman asked Einstein about his day, he wrote in a small journal he kept with him the entire time, and said nothing to her. There's better news: you don't have to write anything coherent to reap the benefits of daily journaling's IQ-boosting effects. To demonstrate this, we need only look no further than Thomas Faraday's journal from the late 1800s, a man Einstein greatly admired. Faraday wrote a lot of nonsense in his notebooks. Many people have looked through Michael Faraday's journals in an attempt to figure out what made him so brilliant. Each and every one of us has felt let down. The Einstein Factor, by Win Winger and Richard Poe, contains the following research. There is a jumble of principles, concepts, observations, and physical facts in Faraday's diary that is irritating to read through. Indeed, it appears that the best way to increase your IQ is to keep a journal with you at all times and write down any random thoughts that come into your head throughout the day. Keeping a daily journal of random thoughts has the added benefit of increasing your IQ as well as your lifespan. This has been proven by a fascinating investigation into a group of out-of-the-ordinary nuns in Mankato, Minnesota. Most of the nuns in Minnesota live well beyond the average death age for women, which makes the nuns a rare breed. Most of them live to be at least 90 years old, with a few even reaching the century mark. Senile dementia or Alzheimer's disease hasn't struck many of them, if any at all. What bond do the sisters share? To be precise, they are all chronic journal keepers who take their hobby very seriously. It is a requirement of their particular order that members keep a journal. IQ tests of the nuns revealed that they were all well above average, as was previously reported. Although the sisters' clean and serene way of life had other effects on their intelligence and longevity, journal keeping was the one thing they all had in common, regardless of the other factors. Get a notebook and keep it with you at all times. Consider what you write and jot down your random thoughts. You'll be amazed at how much smarter you'll be in no time. If you liked the video, press like and have a look on the references in the description box.